Before clothes, humans were basically confused pink animals being bullied by the planet. Imagine an early human trying to look powerful. He's standing on a hill, chest out, chin up, but the wind is absolutely destroying him. His whole body is shaking. A mosquito is drinking from his thigh like it paid for table service. A thorn bush has just attacked him from behind. And across the clearing, a wolf walks past wearing a full winter coat that grew out of its own body. The human looks at the wolf, looks down at his own useless skin and thinks, that feels unfair. And somewhere around that moment, fashion began. Not because humans wanted to look good, because the first outfit was probably just a desperate attempt to stop nature slapping us directly in the body. Humans are strange animals. We are clever enough to make fire, tools, shelters, weapons, stories, music, gods, cities, and tiny forks for seafood. But physically, we are not built like serious outdoor equipment. Most animals turn up with useful features: fur, feathers, claws. Humans arrived with soft skin, anxiety, and the ability to complain. And for a while, that was fine. In hot places, being mostly hairless actually helped. Humans could cool down. Humans could walk and run for ages without overheating, which is impressive until you leave the hot place. Because then the same body that was amazing in the sun becomes a badly insulated sausage. One cold breeze, and suddenly the future of civilization is standing there hugging itself. So early humans had a problem. They had big brains, they had hands, they had tools, they had fire. But every time the temperature dropped, their body basically said, I'm out. The world was not soft. The ground was sharp. The rain was rude. The cold was personal. The sun cooked you. The insects hunted you for sport. And the plants were covered in tiny stabbing opinions. A naked human moving through nature is not majestic. So at some point, someone looked at an animal skin and had a thought so simple it changed everything. What if the outside was not directly touching me? That was the breakthrough, not elegance, not style, just a barrier, a layer, something between the soft human and the aggressive world. The first clothes must have looked terrible. Just a caveman badly wrapped in a dead animal, walking like one leg has lost signal. The fur keeps sliding off. The smell is concerning. Nobody knows where the armholes are, but he doesn't care. Because for the first time in his life, the wind hits the outfit first, and that is a miracle. You can imagine him standing there, wrapped in fur, staring at the sky like, oh, I don't hate being outside as much. That's how most human progress starts, not with genius, with one person being slightly less miserable than yesterday. And clothes changed the game because they made shelter portable. Before clothes, warmth lived in places. Warmth was the fire. Warmth was the cave. Warmth was sleeping dangerously close to 7 relatives and pretending it was normal. If you left the fire, you left the warmth. But once humans could wear animal skins, warmth could travel. Now you could walk further, hunt longer, sleep in worse places, move through colder land, stand outside without your entire body trying to resign. Clothes turned humans from animals who needed shelter into animals who could carry a tiny shelter around their body. A cave you can wear, which is ridiculous, but also brilliant. And once that happened, humans could spread. Not perfectly, not comfortably, but enough. Enough to survive. Enough to try again tomorrow. Enough for one freezing little group of prehistoric weirdos to look at a horrible landscape and go, yeah, we can probably make this worse for ourselves. That is very human. We arrive underdressed, panic, invent something, and then act like it was the plan. But clothes didn't only protect humans from cold, they protected humans from the general disrespect of nature. Scratches, bites, burns, mud, sharp rocks, thorns, insects, all the tiny daily attacks, shoes, especially, must have felt like magic. Imagine the first person who tied something under their feet. Before that, every walk was a gamble. Every thorn was a tiny assassination attempt. Then suddenly, someone invents foot armor. and the whole tribe is looking at them like they've discovered cheat codes. We got so tired of the floor hurting us, we built portable floors and strapped them to ourselves. That's not fashion. That's revenge. But then something very dangerous happened. The first practical clothing became visible. And humans notice visible things. Imagine the tribe sitting around the fire. Most of them are freezing. One guy is wrapped in a thick fur. He's warm. He's dry. He's comfortable. He's probably acting humble, but not really. Everyone is pretending not to look. But they are looking. Because clothes don't just change how you feel. They change how people see you. That fur says something. I might know where the warm stuff is. And in prehistoric life, that is powerful. Because if someone looks prepared, useful, and less likely to die by Thursday, that person becomes interesting. The first outfit wasn't just protection. It was a signal. And this is where humans ruined clothes forever. Because once we realized clothing could send a message, there was no going back. At first, it was, this keeps me warm. Then it became, I can hunt. Then, this shows I belong to this group. Then, this shows I am important. This shows I am mysterious. This hoodie costs 90 pounds because the logo is tiny. Same brain, different cave. Humans cannot leave survival equipment alone. We turned warmth into status. We turned protection into identity. We turned animal skin into drip. In a small group, clothes would have been impossible to ignore. A feather, a shell, a mark. These things could say something before you spoke, who you were, what group you belonged to, what you had done, what you wanted people to think you had done. And that still happens now. Then clothes created another problem nobody asked for, embarrassment. Because before clothes, if everyone is uncovered, that's just normal. That is the default setting. So why did humans invent clothes? All because one freezing prehistoric human looked at a dead animal and thought, I wonder if I can make this about me. And somehow, they did. They invented clothes.